Hey guys, how are you doing? Crypto Insight UK here, bringing you back another YouTube video. Don't know why I was doing that with my hands, but let's get into what is going on. So looking at Bitcoin right now, I do think that we're in caution territory. If we look at trading different where the liquidity is, we could see a path that maybe takes us somewhere like this, maybe up here, take through this liquidity, and then see a bit more of a pullback. And I honestly do think we come down quite hard, like quite far. Where am I looking for us to come to? Maybe even down here, but also potentially down here. So we could continue this path all the way down here. We'd have to see something, I think, in the news for that to happen. What that might be, I'm unsure, but I think there's potential just because I just feel like everyone's getting bullish right at the top of like the low time frame range. Obviously, it's the high time frame range. Maybe we come up here, take this liquidity here, come down, take this liquidity below, and then start to get on the way to our moon mission. That's what I think is going to happen personally. I also think the same thing for Sol. I think Sol looks worse than Bitcoin. To be absolutely honest with you, we've had a breakpoint here for Sol. Maybe Sol breaks out and potentially takes the liquidity up here. If Bitcoin makes that sort of move into that liquidity area, then Sol could potentially come up here first into that like 168, 170, maybe even higher, 174, and then before it goes kaplunk. And I honestly do think that Sol sweeps all these lows here. All of this, I think, gets swept by Sol. So they're my honest opinions. It's not what I want to happen. It's just what I'm seeing in the market right now. I think people are over bullish on Sol. I don't want to get too much into it because I end up going down a bit of like a rant, and it's not particularly at Sol, and it's not particularly at Sol holders. Like it's nothing to do with whether I like Sol, dislike Sol, or people in the space. I like loads of people who build and are doing things with Sol, and so it hurts to say it. I'm just saying what I see because no one gives this side of the spectrum. But anyway, the weekly newsletter has just come out, guys, absolutely free. So to sign up, you literally just bang your email in here, hit subscribe. You don't have to pay at all. Just press no pledge. Continue without pledging. Do you want to recommend? Bang that. Do you want to share it? Maybe later. You jump in. It's absolutely free. It's that easy. You hit 107 and look at all the alpha we've given you this week. Honestly, we're going to just break this down a little bit. So first we talk about rate cuts and then what they might mean. And then I was talking about short-term open interest, which we can get into in a second. Basically, the open interest funding is high. Open interest is high as we were back at 67 to 71k-ish area for Bitcoin. Open interest is at the same level right now. Funding is pretty much at the same level. Another reason why we could pull back, and I talked about the same sort of thing in Solana. In fact, Solana has developed on this Velo chart since this tweet. I can show you guys that in a second. The only thing I did say is, I don't know if it's going to be Bitcoin that pulls back and alts kind of hold strong, or whether Bitcoin and alts both pull back, because we could see Bitcoin pop up in the Bitcoin dominance up towards resistance before, or at least a little pop up towards like 63 to 65 before pulling back, or as there a weekly bearish divergence is forming here on Bitcoin, maybe we just drop here from Bitcoin right now. But then saying that, the dollar is looking weak. Maybe we still continue to see the rotation into gold until we start to get this rotation out of gold. And this is one of the big things I'm watching. And the rotation out of gold into crypto. As you can see, Bitcoin took this leg up, has been consolidating now, and gold has started to break out. So that a lot of the capitals may be flowing into gold. When we maybe see gold pull back a little, like say, for example, this area here where I'm just highlighting, I'll zoom in. This area here where I'm highlighting right now, then maybe that's the catalyst for crypto to go up. So maybe we have a little pullback in gold and then crypto starts to send it. Or like, for example, here, gold goes, it sets a high, it starts to pull back. Yes, it is a few weeks later, but as from the pullback, Bitcoin starts to rally, and then gold pulls back a bit more heavily and Bitcoin really sends it there. So maybe that's the sort of thing we're looking for, that rotation from gold into Bitcoin. I finally updated XRP and also the Russell 2000. This is actually the Russell 2000 chart. I'm just talking about how we're back at retracement levels there for the Russell and what that could mean for alts in general. I'll finish this video just quickly talking to you about XRP. H bar actually has started to make a little bit of a move today off the bottoms. Let me just take this brush off, otherwise I'm going to keep drawing everywhere. H bar's made a bit of a move today. It's broken its recent swing high after setting a low. So it sets a high, then a higher low, and then it's set a higher high now. So we want to see another higher low and a higher high, potentially breaking this 6.62 cent level before we can get excited. And obviously we've got a lot of resistance above us here for H bar still. But maybe this is the sign. The low's actually higher than we set back in October, or at least double tapping that low. Flushing out everybody who got into the market early potentially, and let's see if we can continue that rally now for H bar. Looking at XRP, we've been talking about this Elliott wave pattern. I do think we do need to see a larger move here for XRP before we can get too bullish. Now we need to break up this 74 cent. I do feel like this pattern could still be at play. We have seen the choppy movement before sending it. Like here, this could, in the ABC correction, the B still came up, we came down, and we're still chopping around in this like ABC corrective sort of format. This could still be like a prolonged ABC. It could be like that. It could be like this. It wouldn't be very fun if it was, but it's still possible for something like that to happen. And then your wave 2 would start here. But like, there's a lot of possibilities still at play. I do think XRP is close to its bottom here on the 58 sort of cent. There is still an open gap here on this candle, so that's why I'm saying like it could come down to that 48 sort of cent level, and that's why the ABC and the wave 2 could could come down to there. Sorry. So, and finally, I just want to touch on ETH XRP and Bitcoin XRP because I've not touched on them for a little while. Let me just grab those charts for you. If you look at XRP ETH, we massively outperformed ETH for a while, then we've had a pullback and currently have not set our new low. So the higher low, higher high pattern is still in play, but we would like to see that start to reverse to the upside very soon. Basically, we just sold off against ETH and Bitcoin. However, I do think I was waiting for something like this to happen. I hoped we would hold above the level that I wanted us to close above. And again, still we haven't had the weekly close above that level. And for Bitcoin XRP, we have set actually a lower low. And this is the gap that I was talking about that we bounced off. I did want us to close. So potentially we do bounce off that area there. And that's the flush out. And then we start to head higher. But look, on the weekly, this is where I wanted to show you this stuff, guys. Let me just show you what's going on. I don't know why it's just done that. Still rejecting that resistance level. We do want to be breaking this and getting that weekly close above this white line here. That's exactly the area that we want to close above. This is the area that I've been bullish about. We still haven't managed to get it on XRP ETH, even though we've come all the way up and touched and we closed up here one time and we've come down next week, and literally closed straight below it again, which is frustrating, I know, for XRP holders, but I do genuinely think we're on the verge of something here for XRP. Nothing's changed in that perspective. We're just still waiting for that breakout, flirting with those resistance levels, getting teased by XRP ETH, getting teased by XRP Bitcoin. The job is not finished. As I said, and I've talked about it in the newsletter, keep your eye out for the week starting the 7th of October going into the 14th, 15th. In the newsletter I've written about this. The 7th is the last day that the SEC have to make a decision on whether they're going to appeal, and then the week after is Ripple Swell, 14th, 15th. So around that time is when I think XRP might get rocking and rolling if we don't start to front run that. And I hope that Bitcoin and crypto specifically are going to start to rock and roll around that time too. But between now and then, I've just said, have some caution. Careful in the markets. Maybe we come down. Maybe Bitcoin does come down further than we think and for longer than I think, and does come down and take the liquidity at 45. I'm literally just eyes on the chart right now, watching what Bitcoin does, watching what alts do. I am pretty bearish on Sol. Maybe I'm just positioning myself in the wrong place here. Let's see. Time will tell. If things update, I will let you know. But for now, I'm bearish Sol and I'm cautious on Bitcoin. Let's see what happens next. Peace up, A-Town down, as Crypto Insight UK would say.